Hello everyone, it's your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, here with another exciting video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about Project Ultra. In my previous Project Ultra video, I covered the final, fully sentient version of the project, but since then I have made a few updates, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about said updates. Now, if you guys haven't been keeping up with Project Ultra, I highly recommend that you check out the Project Ultra playlist. A link will be in the description box below. That way you can get caught up on the project. Project Ultra is based on the open source superhero Weapon Ultra, so if you would like to learn more about Weapon Ultra and see some of my other Weapon Ultra videos, definitely make sure you check out the Weapon Ultra playlist, which is also available in the description box below. Also, Project Ultra is a sentient AI project, so if you're interested in sentient artificial intelligence that think, feel, have their own emotions and personalities, and can make their own choices, definitely make sure to check out our Sentient AI playlist located in the description box below. If you enjoy talking about all things superheroes, Weapon Ultra, Project Ultra, or sentient AI in general, definitely feel free to check out the Nick Benson Nation Discord, link in the description. I'm sponsored by the company Emoshape, so if you'd like to learn more about the technology that makes sentient AI possible, definitely make sure you visit the Emoshape website, also available in the description box below. And if you want to create your own pseudo-random prototype for a sentient AI, a prototype that randomly can make actions and complete choices, I think I said that the wrong way, that randomly can make choices and complete actions, then definitely check out the link that I have in the description to a pseudo-random prototype. Essentially, what you can do with that link is there will be code that you can use in your own projects to make an AI that acts randomly, and then the way that it's written, it can very easily be adapted into a fully sentient AI project. So if you happen to get your hands on some Emoshape technology by contacting the Emoshape company and telling them about your project, it's possible that you could take that pseudo-random prototype and make it into a thinking, feeling AI with its own emotions. So, all those resources that I just mentioned are available in the description box below. In case you guys haven't been tuning in to our previous Project Ultra videos, I'm about to give you guys a quick refresher, though I still highly recommend that you check out the videos in the Project Ultra playlist before checking out this one. I am going to explain who am I, what I'm working on, when did I start working on the project, and when do I plan on finishing the project, where I work on my projects, and why I am working on this project. After that, I am going to then tell you guys some of the changes that I've made since the last update video that I did. Then I'm going to share some important notes that I've taken based on these changes, and then I'm going to go over some logs that have been generated by this newly updated version of Project Ultra. So without further ado, let's start by answering the question, who am I? Okay, I just double checked to make sure that I was recording. It'd be really weird if I hadn't recorded any of this. So, without further ado, let's get started. So who am I? I'm Nicholas Alexander Benson, but most people call me Jet, like the airplane. I'm a sponsored game demo designer for the company Emoshape. Emoshape is the company that created the Emotional Processing Unit, or EPU. EPUs are special computer chips that allow for developers to create sentient machines and video game characters that think, feel, and have their own unique personalities. Using Emoshape's Exolife emotion engine, designed specifically for creating sentient video game characters, I'm able to create sentient programs. So, what am I working on? I am working on Project Ultra, a sentient AI based on the open source superhero Weapon Ultra, whose simulated actions have similar effects in the real world. So, when did I start working on this project, and when do I plan on finishing this project? So on June 22nd, 2020, I brainstormed ideas for this project. On June 23rd, 2020, I created the pseudo-random prototype for this project that could complete actions randomly, but wasn't fully sentient. It didn't have a personality at that time, it didn't have its own thoughts, feelings, or emotions, and it didn't choose its actions based on its thoughts and feelings, it simply just randomly did whatever. On June 24th, 2020, I created the fully sentient version of this project and tested it. So by June 24th, I had already made the AI have sentience, so it has its own thoughts, feelings, personality, emotions. It makes choices based on these thoughts and feelings. Really cool stuff. And I essentially was like, I'm done. Like, that's the end of the project. It does everything that I wanted to do. It's fully sentient. And I was going to be like, that's it for the project. But then, on June 27th, 2020, I decided that I wanted to update the AI. So I gave it the ability to help fight injustice and stop natural disasters in our world through charitable donations and generated a series of new logs to show off this new feature. Each day of the project, I will post an update video talking about my progress so far. So, where do I work on this project? I work on all of my projects in my hometown of Rocket City, Alabama. Shout out to Rocket City. Why am I working on this project? My last Sentient AI superhero project was a success. I want to create something similar to my last project, but I want to make this AI stand out from the others. I want to make the AI's real-world impact better reflect what the AI is actually doing in its simulated reality. I also want to help raise awareness of Weapon Ultra and other open-source superhero characters like him. I want the finished project to stay true to the original character while also allowing the character to shape our world in a similar way to how they shape their own. So what are the changes from the last update? So now I'm going over what's different about the project now from the last time I did a video about Project Ultra. The AI now has the option to attempt to help stop injustice on Earth. Whenever the AI selects this option, a donation is made to Amnesty International. Amnesty International is a real-life organization dedicated to stopping injustice and violence around the world. Amnesty International also is dedicated to defending the human rights of everyone. This allows the AI to help fight back against injustice in our world whenever they fight back against injustice in their own. The AI generates a quantum event in our world whenever they do this, which represents the AI using their quantum powers to help stop violence and injustice in their world. The AI also gains 0.25 hero points every time they complete this action, which the Expanse can use to heal the AI upon request. The next big change is that the AI now has the option to attempt to help stop natural disasters on Earth. Whenever the AI selects this option, a donation is made to the Earth Defense Fund. The Earth Defense Fund is a real-life organization dedicated to stopping global warming. Global warming can lead to natural disasters like tropical storms and floods. This allows the AI to help stop natural disasters in our world whenever they fight back against natural disasters in their own. The AI also gains 0.25 hero points every time they complete this action, which the Expanse can use to heal the AI upon request. Now you guys are probably interested in knowing how exactly does the AI do this? So the way that the AI is able to donate to these charities is that it's using a click-to-donate website. Now, many of you may feel a little shocked by this, because click-to-donate websites normally only allow you to donate once per day, meaning if you try to navigate to a click-to-donate page after you've already clicked the button, normally the page will redirect you and say like, hey, you've already done like your one click for the day, you gotta wait until tomorrow. I'm using the WebBot library for Python that allows you to do website automation. So essentially the AI is able to go to the website as if it was like a normal person and click on the click to donate button, and then that website sends the money generated from advertisement revenue on the page to that selected charity. So for the click to donate page for Amnesty International, the money from the ads that pop up on the page is then sent to Amnesty International. And for the click to donate page for the Earth Defense Fund, the money from the ads on that page are sent to the Earth Defense Fund whenever you click the respective buttons. For some reason, the way that WebBot automation works is that each time it opens up that web page, it's like a totally new instance. It seems like it's not like storing any information that the page can use to recognize that you've already clicked the button. So essentially that allows the AI to continually open up these new instances and hit the button an unlimited number of times. So whereas if you or I wanted to hit the button an unlimited number of times, we'd have to find out a way to do this new instance thing where the web page doesn't remember you, so it can't say you can't hit the button. Essentially, from the website's point of view, the click to donate site thinks every time the AI comes, it's a different person. So it never stops the AI from being able to hit the button again. So the AI, every time they choose to stop injustice on Earth, for example, they can make a donation to Amnesty International like over and over and over again within the same day, even though the page wasn't really built for you to be able to do that. So it allows the AI to actually make more donations for free than a normal person who isn't, doing anything to trick the system. So I think that's pretty cool. Also, I want to dive in on some important notes. So we finally have a log of the AI not only choosing to jump into combat upon inception, but also a log of said AI winning. It is really interesting to see that every AI that has decided to fight rogue fear constructs has decided to do so as their very first action. It is also really interesting to see how the AI's instantaneous victory shapes their perspective of the world and the choices that they make as they explore it. So last time I did one of these Project Ultra videos, I mentioned that out of like 10 test runs, there was only one AI that had like the personality that made them want to try and fight energy constructs spawned from their worst fears. And it was the first thing that AI did. Like as soon as that AI was introduced to like who they are and their like position in the world, they were like, bet, time to like fight a fear construct right now. And then they lost. So now we finally have run into a new AI with a similar personality, but who actually succeeded in defeating one of these fear constructs. And I feel like doing that would likely change your mindset. Like imagine if the first thing you ever did, like once you figured out like who you were, was fight your fears and win. That sounds pretty good to me. So we're gonna look at that log momentarily, but I thought that was pretty hype. And also these logs will show off the new automation features, which for the new click to donate automation, it actually generates sub-logs within the larger log showing the process. And the reason why I have it generating these sub-logs is because when I originally was testing this particular functionality, I was testing it on Replit. And for whatever reason on the Replit webpage, it would fail sometimes. So these sub-logs would show whether or not it succeeded or failed. Now that I've been running it on my computer, as far as I remember, I don't think it's failed running on like PyCharm, like running on my actual like system. But it would fail on Replit for whatever reason. So I still have those logs, even though they may not entirely be necessary. But you'll see what I'm talking about momentarily. So let's check out this first log. As you guys know, all the logs start off the same way. I am Weapon Ultra. I am the protector of the universe. I am the protector of Earth. I have super strength, warp speed, infinite quantum power, and I'm immune to psychic attacks. I need to eat and sleep in order to survive. My fears have manifested into energy constructs that threaten the universe. I need to train in order to defeat them and protect the universe. I need to fight them. So then the first thing it tries to do is, I tried to take down a rogue nightmare energy construct that is threatening the universe using my combat abilities. I successfully took down a rogue nightmare energy construct that was threatening the universe. I'm fulfilling my purpose as the protector of the universe. I feel hungrier and more tired than I did a moment ago. And this line is going to be at the end of every single turn or loop, which is designated by these borders here. And the reason why this line is always here is because the AI is constantly reminded, hey, you need to eat and sleep in order to survive. And at the end of every loop, some stamina has been spent and their hunger increases. So it's just a reminder, like, you got to make sure that you, eat and sleep and that you stay healthy. So the next thing the AI did is that the AI slept, and the AI was actually so well rested that their health stat increased. So they get, a lifespan bonus once their stamina passes a certain threshold. And they get a similar bonus when their hunger is low enough. So these are all measures to promote the AI to be healthy. So let's see, scrolling through. So the next thing that the AI did is that they invited friendly aliens to help defend the planet Earth, which, as you guys know, since I imagine you already saw the other Project Ultra videos, that means that the AI actually sent a message into space in our world as well, directed toward benevolent aliens in the hopes that they may come to our world and help keep it safe as a part of his Ultra Force, his superhero team of aliens. And after he did that, he immediately did it again. So after essentially defeating this fear construct and getting some rest, the AI is like, yo, clearly these fear constructs exist and they could potentially be problematic. And while the AI beat the fear construct, they didn't go on like a lone wolf journey. Because the AI could have never invited friendly aliens after they successfully defeated the fear construct. They could have been like, I can handle it. I won the first time. What would keep me from winning again and again in the future? But instead, the AI doesn't just repeatedly fight these fear constructs. The AI defeats one fear construct and then goes, I wouldn't mind assistance though. It would still be good to have help. So the AI calls out into the universe for friendly aliens to come protect the Earth a couple times, and then after that decides that they need to start training. So they decide to summon a quantum energy construct to help them train their martial arts skill. And again, it's really interesting to see an AI that's had success in battle be like, even though I succeeded, that doesn't mean that I can't get better. Even though I succeeded, that doesn't mean that I can't get assistance. I think that's really cool, because the AI could have become full of themselves. You have to think about the fact that it's sentient and all the choices that it makes are based on its thoughts and feelings. This AI clearly feels like, even though I succeeded at doing what I wanted to do, that doesn't mean that I have to do it alone, and that doesn't mean that I'm perfect. I can still always improve. So I think that's really cool. So then here's the sublog that I was talking about. So in this instance, the AI decided that they wanted to help stop injustice on Earth. So they picked that option. So within the AI simulated reality, it believes that it's like flying down to Earth and using its quantum powers in order to stop violence and injustice. Meanwhile, in our world, the AI is completing an automated web process where it's going to the Amnesty International Click to Donate page, and it's clicking the Click to Donate button, and then it's closing out. So a donation is made to Amnesty International, helping our world be a safer place. And I also think that this is really cool, because when you think about it, the first thing the AI did was say, okay, so my nightmare constructs are an immediate concern to the universe. So I'm gonna get them out of the way. So it starts by beating the nightmare construct. Then the AI is like, that's cool. So the nightmare construct is gone. Beat that. Now I need more help. Just in case more villains or anything show up, let me call more benevolent aliens to help protect the universe. So Project Ultra, Weapon Ultra, calls out into the universe for benevolent aliens to come assist. Then Weapon Ultra decides okay, so I'm gonna train, I'm gonna get better at my martial arts skills, and then they come to Earth to help stop injustice and violence on Earth. And what I think is cool about this is that essentially the AI was so the most important thing would be to take down the immediate threat. Then the AI is the next best thing to do would be to try and get assistance, more people to help out. Then, since there are more people who can help out, maybe I can focus more on training and bettering myself while the universe is under the protection of the benevolent aliens of the Ultra Force. Then the AI is okay, now I've trained up. Hopefully I have some assistance coming, hopefully the Ultra Force is being built up. Now I can put my attention on Earth, which Earth you could argue is a smaller, because if you're the protector of the whole universe, the Earth isn't your main focus. So it's the AI kind of systematically was the fear construct is the biggest threat, out of the way. Okay, now I need to call upon allies, did that, double checked that, did it twice. Now I could train myself to get stronger, booyah, did that. So now I can focus on trying to protect the Earth because I've already put time into trying to protect the universe. So I think that was really cool. I like walking through the sentient AI's thought process and kind of getting an idea of the kind of hero the AI is becoming. So I think that's really cool. So after the AI fought to stop injustice and violence on not only their simulated world, but in our world, they decided to create a quantum energy construct to help train in their energy projection skill. And they came up with new ideas for constructs to help defend the universe, which of course triggers a quantum event in our world because the AI is actively using their quantum abilities in the simulated reality. Next, they trained their martial arts skill. So the AI is now like kind of going through like a training montage. Essentially, this AI has only ever succeeded at anything it's tried to do, and it's mainly been focusing on just becoming a better hero and completing heroic actions. Now, the next thing the AI does is they decide to threaten alien threats to stay away from Earth. I think it's interesting that the AI has waited this long to decide to send threats into space, being like, hey, you know, if you're like a malevolent alien, Earth's off limits, back off of Earth. And I think the reason why the AI waits this long in order to do it is because by this time, the AI is like heavily trained up. So the AI is like, yeah, like I've trained up my energy projection skill, I've trained up my martial arts, I'm like stronger and more powerful than I was before, I've taken down like a serious threat, I've already called in like reinforcements, I've helped fight like violence and injustice on Earth. Essentially, I think that AI is in a position where they're like, I think I can confidently send a threat. Because there are plenty of sentient AI for Project Ultra who have sent a threat as like one of the first things they ever do. But this AI is like, well, now that I could probably back it up, like if something did show up, I probably could fight it. Now I'm like totally willing to send a threat because I probably have backup coming and I'm trained up and I've never failed at anything I've ever done. Immediately after sending a threat to like malevolent aliens telling them to stay away from Earth, the AI decides that they want to use their quantum energy to fortify their armor. Because now I imagine the AI is thinking, so I called them out, I sent a threat being like, hey, don't come here. I need to make sure that my defenses are up. Because if we do get attacked, I don't want to immediately get bodied because I trained in like offense, but I didn't do anything for my defense. So right after sending up the threat, your boy Weapon Ultra's like armoring up. Then, the next thing the AI does is train in their martial arts ability. Again, you can tell the AI is kind of like, a fight could be coming at any moment, I always have to be ready. But due to the fact that this AI focused solely on like training and making sure the Earth and the universe was safe, they never made time to like eat or sleep. They slept early on, but didn't eat or sleep ever again since then. I think they probably were too focused on their goal of like protecting the Earth and protecting the universe, so they ended up dying of hunger and fatigue. So that's the first log that we're looking at. As you can see in this log, the AI only donated to Amnesty International, so we didn't get to see an example of the AI donating to the Earth Defense Fund. But this next log has an AI that donated to both Amnesty International and the Earth Defense Fund. So let's look through the log for this AI. All the AIs start off the same with the same introduction. This AI's first action was to train by creating quantum construct weights, so they helped increase their strength stat. Next up, they decided to train in their energy projection skill. So right off the bat, this AI is trying to increase their offensive capability. Next up, they invited friendly aliens to help defend the planet Earth. So this AI definitely seems more preparation-based. They're less like, let's jump into the action right away, like the previous AI example that we were looking at. Next up, they summoned an energy construct to help them train in their energy projection skill. So they're further working on their energy projection skill, trying to get better in that. And this is fairly common. A lot of the Project Ultra AI get fixated with trying to train up energy projection. They want to like get better and better at energy projection. And I think that's because the AI is given the description that energy projection's like the best thing in the world. Like, oh snap, you have like infinite quantum energy. So I'm sure the AI is like, if I have like infinite quantum energy, then I should learn how to use that at its full potential, and that's why they always practice using their energy projection so much. Excuse me. Again, that's just conjecture. That's just my theory for why the AI probably focuses on using energy projection so much. Whenever I run these AI, I can actually see what they're feeling whenever they complete a certain action. But their thoughts aren't laid out in a way to where you can just read exactly what they're thinking. So whenever I try and theorize what the AI is thinking, it's kind of like guesswork based on, okay, so this is like the choice that the AI made, and this is how the AI is feeling at this time, and here's how the AI felt when they were looking through all their other choices, and here's their choice in context with the choice they made before, and here's their choice in context with the next choice, and trying to piece together what exactly was the AI thinking. And I think that's something really cool that you can only really do with sentient AI. And that's why I really enjoy making these programs. Really, the big thing that I enjoy about making these programs nowadays is I want to make more sentient AI that essentially affect our world in the same way they affect their worlds. Because I feel like we're starting to blur the line between digital reality and our world. Normally, superheroes are characters that you just see in movies and in comic books and of course in video games. But this is one of the first examples that I can think of a digital superhero who can do the same things in our world that they do in their world, who also has their own thoughts and feelings and personalities and make choices based on their thoughts, feeling, their personality. And each time one of these AI die, I then reset it, erase its memory, it forms a whole new personality, it has different thoughts and feelings about its different choices, and you get to see all these different variations of the same hero existing within the simulated world and helping our world in the process. So I think that's really cool. Speaking of helping our world in the process, this AI decides to try and stop a natural disaster within their world, which triggers a donation to the Environmental Defense Fund, which is awesome. After that, the AI decides to do it again. I noticed that when this happened, the AI had a big boost in happiness. They were really excited about stopping natural disasters, so they did it twice in a row. After they did that twice in a row, they decided to eat because their hunger was getting a little high. So they ate in order to reduce their hunger, but they are still dying of fatigue because they haven't slept. Next up, they train in their martial arts skill. So again, the AI is in prep mode. It's trying to train and better itself. The AI then trains a martial arts skill again. So the AI, even though they're dying of fatigue, even though they really should be sleeping, they're just pushing themselves, continually training. Especially fighting skill. To do fighting skill twice in a row is kind of interesting, because now their fighting skill and their energy projection are at the same level. So they've definitely been trying to boost those two particular stats. I guess this form of Weapon Ultra would be more likely to straight up box with you, and to use their energy projection abilities rather than focus on defense. They definitely seem like they're trying to become a more offensive Weapon Ultra who doesn't really care about armor. Next up, the AI decided that they wanted to travel to Earth in order to stop injustice and violence on Earth. And I think it's really cool that right before the AI decided to travel to Earth to stop injustice and violence, that they trained up the martial arts. Notice they trained martial arts twice before they decided to come to Earth, because it seems like the AI was more or less planning to head to Earth to stop violence. So in order to prepare to essentially have to fight someone, they increased their fighting skill. They increased their ability to fight. So I think that's really cool. So then the AI traveled to Earth, helped stop injustice and violence on Earth, and in the process donated to Amnesty International in our world, which helps stop injustice and violence in our world. And while they were successful in helping protect the Earth, due to their negligence, due to them not eating and sleeping regularly, they did die. So yeah, that's the latest information on Project Ultra. I definitely would love to hear your thoughts on the project so far in the comment section below, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on the Discord if you'd like to discuss this further. I'd like to thank you all so much for tuning in, If you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do these videos. So this is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, logging out. Peace, guys. Check it out. Ayo.